That noise out there is loud. Imagine if you tuned out the noise and tuned into yourself. Maybe you'd come up with a new idea, one that consumes your thoughts and ignites your imagination. Something that brings together everything you love into one experience. An idea that doesn't play inside the box, but one that gives birth to a grand experiment. Would it even work? Who knows? But if that idea is calling to you, you gotta go find out.
It was a little hectic yesterday. We got a couple of odds and ends this morning to load out, hit the road because we have a shuttle reservation at 10 up at Jug Mountain Ranch in McCall. We got bikes to get loaded. I got some camera gear to load up. My rack's not on my truck yet. But Jason can tell you what happened yesterday.
Well, as you know, things don't always go as planned. First day, I said, hey, I want to ride where Nick lives. I've been seeing Eagle. It's been coming up, and it looks epic. So we hit the local trails, and unfortunately, Zach,
Forever 13,
decided to go full send on the first obstacle on the first trail on the pre-ride. And
The tangiest feature in the Treasure Valley.
Dude, I don't even know how you did that.
he's still a little groggy. We're gonna go wake him up, and we can have him kind of give you the rundown on what he's going through.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Welcome to Idaho, brother. Good to see you.
Yeah, man. So far, Idaho hasn't been great to us. Well, it's been pretty good to me and Nick, but
What's up, Zach? How are you, buddy?
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you, man. What happened? Oh, no.
Just the day before, Zach suffered a broken radius, bruised ribs, and very minor bleeding in his brain after only 2 berms at Eagle Bike Park.
Dude, you took that like a champ, dude. Honestly, dude, there's no way. I felt like throwing up watching that.
Yep, off to a fantastic start. All the tireless efforts and robust plans to create this new experience were no match for the situation that Zach's injuries had abruptly thrust upon us. Ahead of us loomed a 682-mile journey through Idaho's stunning landscapes, riding its best trails and savoring its remote campsites along the way. The culmination of years of studying maps, exploration, and accumulating experience, all chasing an adventure that I had only dreamed of bringing to life. Carrying us through this journey would be 3 very different vehicles with one thing in common. They're all built for the chase. My 2016 4Runner Trail, built out the way I've always wanted it, with key tools like the iCamper BDV, goodies from Rigged Supply out back, an S-Pod to control a suite of Baja Designs lights, and a roof rack from Sherpa Equipment Company. Then there's Garfield, Jason's 2019 Ford F-150 Raptor Super Cab, equipped with a rigged ramble swing and ramble rack. And for this trip, it was in stock form except for 37-inch tires and a first-generation Go Fast camper. And finally, Zach's 2007 Toyota Sequoia, affectionately named Gertie, outfitted with 35-inch tires, a throaty Black Widow exhaust, and stubborn Flappy Bird fenders that hung in the balance the entire trip. It just goes to show that it doesn't really matter what you're using to get out there. All that matters is you're out there doing it. Pulling off this new experience would be a feat of its own, even with capable tools and a completely healthy crew. And as we rolled into Jug Mountain Ranch that morning, we could not shake the question, how on earth are we going to do this with Zach queasy and broken?
We're up here at Jug Mountain Ranch, looking at the valley. Cascade Lake is down over my shoulder, and dirt is prime right now. We're gonna take you guys along and just show you what the whole vibe here is all about. It is an absolutely rad spot. So stoked to be out here.
We get it, like keep secret trails secret and like keep the vibe. But one thing I would like to say is come to Jug Mountain Ranch
100%.
because they run a shuttle for 3 hours a day. They want people to come here, and the crew here is rad. You get some wheeling in, a triple locked Penscower or a Hummer. Dude, it is such a fun vibe. The trails are awesome. You can ride some hard stuff. You can ride some really flow stuff. So far, so stoked.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey, remember that split?
Yeah, let's take the right side this time.
After witnessing a gnarly crash firsthand like Zach's, getting back on the bike again
Oh my gosh. I lost the front.
is a little rattling. But to get over those jitters, we just swung a leg over the saddle and got some laps in. Even if they weren't the most aggressive laps we'd ever ridden.
Oh, lost the front again.
We had nothing to prove. It was only day one, and especially after watching Zach the day before, we were focused on having fun and finishing this whole experience in one piece.
You're blowing up the spots, dude.
We're in Iowa, remember?
Funny story. We were just filming a clip, like, hey, we're gonna go ride, whatever, and there was some locals, and they're like, you have to say you're in Iowa. Don't tell them where you are. I was like, I didn't. I said, we're at Jug Mountain. We're feeding the economy, the local economy. But at the end of the day, I get it. There are some spots where we're just gonna be like, hey, we're in Mexico, and we're not gonna tell you where we are. So anytime we're mentioning a spot, it's not because we're trying to blow up the spot. We're trying to infuse and get people to experience the communities that we are experiencing, that we think need more growth, need more support, and need constant revenue streams of new people experiencing what Idaho has to offer. We're unlocking things that are happening that we're like, dude, this is what it's about. And so we have these mini epiphanies.
We have a rough plan. We know kind of where we're going. What are we going to learn about each other and ourselves and what we're doing?
Yeah, I'm learning that this camera is very heavy, extended out, so I'm gonna put it down now. You're just enjoying your time here instead of pouting at home or going back to work.
Oh, no chance. No, we're definitely staying for this.
Surfer? Okay, perfect. What are we doing?
Whatever was in those drinks at Salmon River must have had healing powers, because Zach dusted off his rally cap and we were standing atop both a literal and metaphorical mountaintop at the end of our first day. Maybe we could actually do this, but we were just getting started. And we had no idea what we were in for.
You know what would have been cool?
If I didn't break my arm.
That would have been.
That would have been really fun. All right, what do we got going this morning?
What we got going?
Yeah.
Jeez, oh Pete, I'm not firing. See, I don't have my coffee yet. I'm not firing. You want to just...
He's always thinking about it's got to be fire and it's got to be this. Look, it's firing. We're firing. We're not just at work right now.
Hey, get out of your own way, right?
Yeah, dude,
Just get out of your own way. No, so we had some coffee this morning. I made a huge mess because my kit wasn't working and I wasn't firing. But all this is firing.
Dude, yeah.
And today's gonna be sick. Today's gonna be an even bigger day.
We have a lot of off-road miles. We have some on-road miles. But my thing was, as we got into camp, we were just blown away by the scenery. It's absolutely unreal here. And we didn't even make dinner. We just got into setting up camp, cracked a beer, started a fire for a little bit and was like, wait, we're not even gonna make dinner. We got a long haul tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's just get in bed, wake up, and make this push. So
Let's get to it. It's gonna be an awesome day. Yeah.
Things just kept firing, and only 24 hours into chasing this experience, we encountered something prompting us to imagine how the chase might evolve as the seasons change.
We're what, 7,700 feet we'll be up here in the summertime, but in the winter, this is where we ride. Summit share here, Jason. We can go off to the left, and that's Ooh La La, Black Diamond, and Upper Bliss, which goes and connects with Lower Bliss. And you can ride that entire mountain down to the resort.
the view is just insane.
Yeah, check this out, man.
Like, so in the wintertime, this is just like fully covered,
Oh yeah.
and the lake is frozen over.
Yep.
And do you get days where it's just clear like this?
Yeah, we get bluebird days just like this with powder. See where the trees are to the left and
Yeah.
to the right, Jason? It's
Yeah.
all runs
It's
of
not
tamarack.
ridge. This is just unreal. Like
And
when
you
I
could-
thought of Idaho, I did not think this.
You can be busy year round here. It's a 4-season deal.
It doesn't seem
You
like
can
it
do
could
your
get
thing every season.
old. Yep.
But oh, how quickly the vibe can turn. In the pursuit of epic campsites and panoramic views, there's no guidebook. You have to make your best guess at how to string them together and figure it out as you go. 100 miles in a day, 15 of those on a bone-rattling Jeep trail may not seem like much on the map, but you won't really know until you get out there.
Can't lift this stuff. Got a little log in the trail right now. Par for the course.
Only an hour into the biggest push of this 7-day journey, we found out very quickly. This slow, undulating trail, coupled with our big goal for the day, tested our mental toughness and decimated our morale. We felt like we bit off more than we could chew. When you're hard on the chase, things don't always go the way you imagine. But you have to dig deep to keep yourself fueled up, balanced, and open to what lays ahead. Around the corner might just be the thing that revives the vibe. So when you're hard on the chase and things go sideways, countersteer.
It's pretty fun to drive.
You know, it really is true that things happen for a reason. The grand plan for the night was to show Zach and Jason a campsite above the valley floor that boasted an unbelievable view, but that idea proved to be quite popular. Yeah, someone else had the same one. But as it turns out, that was okay. At dusk, a transition demo van rolled by. With all of the nearby spots taken, of course we invited the dude from our favorite bike brand to hang with us. This is the kind of stuff you can't make up. But crossing paths with Blake is not even the craziest part. Turns out, Blake and Zach already knew each other. They'd worked together for several years already, but they didn't shake hands face to face until they were here, deep in the Idaho mountains, far away from home. Jason leaned over to me and he goes, "This whole thing is kismet, dude. Kismet indeed." After such a crazy turn of events in only the first 2 days of this trip, that campfire drew out the meaningful conversation that we all hope for on adventures like these. We were absolutely in awe, and of course, talking shop.
You can get a relay frame set. Flying high.
Everything happens for a reason. We weren't meant to be in that campsite I wanted that night. We were meant to be right here. The unexpected is often the best part of the journey, and rambling hard always pays off. The next morning brought even more surprises. My dad was on a mountain bike.
No fun at all, right? None. Yeah, brother.
Nick's already in freaking work mode. He can't just take the morning off and have a cup of coffee.
My dad's on a mountain bike right
Yeah,
now,
for one, you can
which
ride it without
like
the battery.
that's
So
never
that's
happened.
what you should try next.
And he's
Like,
stoked.
you should.
So we gotta capture that. It's rad.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's an important moment. How excited he is. Look at your father. How
Dude,
excited
I'm
your
stoked
father
that he's
is.
on a bike right now. This is awesome. I
Gotta get
know.
him to pop the seat up though.
Yeah.
Hey, the dropper. I don't think he knows.
I showed him.
Kook of the day, dude.
Yeah, he started talking about it over there. I was like, well, let's just get one out.
Just hit him with like, all right, you got your card on you?
Yeah, totally.
I got the card reader, dude. I can sell you the demo.
And I suck. So it's not the bike, it's the rider.
With Blake, we were fast friends. Sitting on nature's front porch, all of us connected over a shared passion for the mountains and the outdoors. And like us, he too combines his outdoor passions to help him dial in what he loves to do. We found common ground in the idea that it's not about keeping up with the trends or doing what everyone else is doing. Instead, it's about doing what you love and building relationships with others along the way. That's where the gold is. And in that approach, you realize that you won't miss out on anything.
This is just a really fun vacation camping trip that has some mountain bike aspects. So sure, I'm missing like 10 to 15% of what the trip is, but that's still leaving 85% of everything else that I still get to enjoy.
Right.
Sure, I'm enjoying it a little differently, but the whole enjoyment factor is all still there.
Yeah.
Like that part's not going anywhere. So why not just stay and keep enjoying it?
Well, and that's what we were talking about, these relationships you're building over time, and you're still doing that. You're hanging with your friends.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's why you're out here.
With a severely late start to the day, we found ourselves running hard again, chasing the epitome of this entire experience. I had a rad idea up my sleeve for the fellas.
All right, we just got into camp. Jason and I are kitting up to go ride right now because right up there's a sick backcountry, kind of downhill, flowy single track trail, a few jumps in there. It's gonna be awesome. And unfortunately, since Zach's got a bum wing, can't ride, but he was gracious enough to drive the shuttle for us. So we're all gonna pile in Jason's Raptor and head on up the trail and hopefully get a couple of laps in tonight before we come back and enjoy a nice hot meal from Mac Daddy. He's gonna stay in camp, take care of that whole thing down here, and make sure everything's dialed. So it's a full-on team effort to make this happen, and it's just good vibes. We're having an awesome time. I mean, seriously, like, look where we are. You can't go wrong.
Weird terrain. It's like loose butt grips. Holy.
No, sheep.
We're trying to go for a ride, dudes. What are you guys doing?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Are you kidding me?
This is insane. Come on. What is happening right now?
Dude, this is unreal. From camp.
Yeah,
Oh, like
from camp.
less than 5-minute shuttle
Yep,
to this.
to this.
Yo. This is all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've never done a backcountry ride like this.
Neither have I.
I don't even know what to say. I sound like a babbling idiot. All right, dude, just keep it cool.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go crazy.
You definitely got to be on it.
We're here for the vibe.
I'm just tired, man, honestly. There we go. Now we're in my vibe. Crazy terrain, dude.
It is.
It's like shaly, sharp, and then like kitty litter, and then like really good, like tacky, grippy sandpaper. Dirt's better now. You kind of just gotta ride loose. Okay.
That's crazy.
Is that water?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, let's go. You're freaking me out. I didn't know that life could be like this. It's just so freaking loose. It's rad. It's just so loose. Just not feeling cute today. That felt so good. Nice. He's feeling cute. Oh my God. Off trail. 100% off trail. That gives you any indication on how loose this trail is. Oh my God.
Dude, what a ride.
Dude,
What a ride.
that last section
That was so fun.
was so fun. It's just insane. Like these layers of soft rolling hills and then sawtooth. Just,
Yeah.
it's pretty ridiculous.
Yes, sir. And that setting gave us the perfect opportunity to pause for some reflection and process what we'd experienced the day before. It's funny how the mountains will bring that out of you.
You could tell that it's like, oh, this is gnarly because it's just a decreasing like radius down this. Then we look like where it flattens out, just huge fat log directly across the trail.
This is why you pre-ride things.
Because you could totally roll that. But you'd be coming out of it Mach 10.
If you came into that thinking like, oh, it's fine, you're riding that trail, done.
You're done.
It'd be a bad day.
Yeah.
Bad day, way out there too.
Way out there. It's like if you surf, right? Surf conditions change all the time.
Yeah.
Trail conditions, we know this.
Yep.
all the time.
Yep.
And you gotta just be present, like
100%.
super into it.
This is so cool because like we're riding through all these wildflowers and it's just epic. It's like golden hour. The sun is like a blessing and a curse. I can't see what I can see.
Dude,
it is like
so real.
unreal.
Point to the little plume of smoke.
100%. I was just
That must be the
trusting.
line. Is there any wildlife?
We saw a fox coming out of camp, like
Sweet.
literally right here at the end of this
Right
road.
on.
This whole vibe of just chilling here in camp and you can shuttle from camp up to the trail is sick.
This is backcountry
Oh, yeah.
camping. Like
Yeah, like-
eerie at night.
Yeah.
We heard a tree fall last night and I was like, that's where the alien ship landed because it was pure silent. You could hear a pin drop out here and then we hear just that quick.
That's weird.
Dude, it
It
was weird.
sounded sci-fi.
Yeah.
And it was no lights, no nothing, and
Nope.
it was just like.
And then it was done. Like the sound was just
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, we felt like we weren't really alone that night, but soon we really wouldn't be alone because this motley crew was about to grow. But us fellas weren't done yet, especially Zach. He didn't care he wasn't riding. He was having the time of his life, driving Gertie to the limit. So remember how I said this motley crew was growing? Jason was expecting a flight at the airport, and he couldn't wait to greet who was stepping off of the plane.
First 10 minutes on the first trail of the first day. Yeah.
We're finally in town. Now we're gonna hit some food that is hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, what's going on here?
So we're in the gondola right now at Sun Valley. I'm gonna go get some laps, a couple of good trails here. And the laps are long, like really long runs. So I think we're in for a good time. The coolest part about this is my dad's joining us.
First time on an
His
MTB?
first legit time riding a mountain bike on a legit trail. It's gonna be
Sick.
cool.
And double cool part, Rachel's here. So that's sick.
Honestly. Oh, this is that section where you said you wanted to push. Dude, I have like no hands left.
Same. But
That was a good trail.
that was awesome. I'm glad we
Yeah.
Refreshed, recharged, and showered, we rolled into downtown Ketchum as a new cast of characters. Some of whom had never met before. In moments like these, when a motley crew gets together, it's almost impossible to know how it will turn out. But that night might have been the best of the trip, filled with stories, copious laughter, and Jason and Zach's absolutely hilarious impressions of Iowa.
Hey, you guys think you got a dial in California? I can go to Albertsons and buy a side-by-side. Like, that's insane, dude.
Why is no one showing this part?
I don't know.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
And then you walk out, a paddleboard on top, and side by side. And you're
What started as a table of seemingly disparate people became Sunday family dinner by the end of the night. Sometimes you strike gold. What a way to kick off the next leg of this incredible journey. the few hundred miles behind us, Jason thought he'd seen everything. He thought he had Idaho all figured out. But I kept telling him, oh, dude, just wait. We haven't seen anything yet. Ketchum was only halftime, and the plan called for us to kick off another 300 miles or so of even more rugged terrain. The route was poised to really put this whole idea through its paces. But remember, this was all an experiment. We still didn't really know what we were in for. Now in the company of family and my dad driving his own truck, the whole adventure crescendoed that afternoon in anticipation. No matter what lay ahead of us, we were confidently forging again into the backcountry as a newly galvanized motley crew. And what lay ahead was one of the most remote and inspiring places I've ever been. Find a place that inspires you and be in it for the journey. Because when you do the work to discover that place and then chase after it with the people you love, the journey will be epic. This is where, yet again, the chase pays off. The sky cleared and the wind calmed, leaving just the peaceful sound of the creek and the smell of delicious meals to fill the ambiance of this undiscovered place. My mind was dancing between gratitude for the camaraderie of great friends and family and snowboarding lines in the mountains nearby. When you get to a place like this, you also reflect on how you got there. A pinnacle place like this one is not just the spot itself, but all the things that lead up to reaching it. And the joy it brings is in the work to find it. You could look up places online or wait for someone to divulge their secrets, but it means so much more when you put the work in yourself. Especially when that pinnacle place is better than you imagined. It's pretty surreal. That's just the way I'm wired, but chasing that feeling is what keeps me coming back again and again. And what do they say? It's not an adventure unless something goes awry. Well, amidst the rallying to reach this place, Zach's cooler decided to leave the chat, completely exploding in the back of Gertie.
Into the floor and onto my bed as well.
So how's your week going?
It's dandy. And I was like, oh, I got an idea. I'll bring mine in. And then realized the extent of the saturation and was like, oh, this is not going to be fun. So
Sometimes I wonder if it would be nice to have a remote for the weather and just change conditions with the touch of a button. One can dream. But love it or hate it, weather is just a part of the chase. Born and raised in the Pacific Northwest, I'm no stranger to the rain. I've learned that when the PNW mood strikes in the morning, it's the perfect opportunity to turn lemons into lemonade with a delicious camp latte.
Good morning, love.
Thank you.
How'd you sleep last night, Zach?
pretty good. Cold weather is nice.
Did the extra heat take care of the Baja Blast concoction in the mattress?
The sleeping bag is dry enough, I think. The mattress, if I kneel on it, my knee will get wet, but to the touch, it's totally dry.
The lattes softened the blow, but our plans to forge deeper into the Idaho backcountry were slipping away from us. And as the morning wore on, the thought of a pivot slowly crept into our minds. This summer in Idaho had been a wet one, and I'd come to expect that. But as we rolled into a hiking trailhead nearby, a simple oversight came along that catapulted the whole journey into a monumental pivot. You'll laugh when you hear it.
All right, so we're here at this awesome little picnic spot right here by the creek.
So sick.
The weather's a little rainy.
And the Californians didn't bring one shred
Oh no,
of
but
rain
hang on
gear.
a second. The Oregonians didn't even bring rain gear. That's like blasphemy. Like I've been in Idaho too long.
And my
'Cause I
bad
never
was-
went anywhere without a
Yeah,
raincoat.
my bad was I just checked what the weather was going to be like for this entire week in Boise, where we were staying.
In the desert.
Yeah,
We're not in the desert. Actually, remember, we're in Iowa. This isn't Idaho.
correct.
Right.
So, all right, what are we doing? What's
What
our
are we
pivot?
doing?
How are we
here's
going to end this trip?
How are we gonna end this trip?
All these guys are freaking hard selling us on moving to Iowa.
Oh, well, hell yeah.
So I think this pivot is really trying to get us to want to plant roots in Iowa. So
Yeah.
all right,
In the heartland, right?
all right, let's get
Yeah.
packed up. Let's get
Let's
going.
do it.
All right.
Originally, I'd envisioned this whole thing ending up on a mountaintop somewhere in epic fashion. But it doesn't have to be this big epic thing all the time with this perfect ending. You realize that things are more enjoyable when you embrace the art of the pivot. The art of the pivot is letting your experience evolve after you've created it. It's knowing yourself and knowing your limits. While at the same time, opening yourself to possibilities. Put simply, it's doing what makes you happy, but most importantly, it's staying present. Pivoting simply wouldn't be possible otherwise. And when you feed that insatiable desire for the chase, add all of those ingredients into the pivot pot and stir, you get a pretty tasty sauce. Because you realize that the chase is not over. Sometimes the pivot brings you back to try again.
Throughout this trip, every time me and Nick were gonna go ride, it was like we had a little Zach on our shoulder,
Yeah.
standing on the roof of Gertie and going, pre-ride, re-ride, free ride.
This was the table you hit, and you landed there,
There.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and I hit the big one.
Yes, dude, it's all coming back to him.
Holy, yeah. It
Dude.
came down and slammed like right
Here,
there.
yeah.
So close to vert. Look at that.
It's just straight up.
He cranked at the top, one out of the corner and then one on the flat, and then just fully preloaded this thing.
Yep.
You're supposed to land, here. I landed here.
Dude, I don't even know how you did that.
Lesson learned. I need to crank more to clear all the way over to there.
All right, so me and Nick are gonna show you what a normal lap looks like on this trail.
It really is ironic how things work out sometimes. Because this run down Hail Mary was opportunity and redemption hiding behind the previous day's struggles. It was the beginning that we never had.
Way too deep on that one. You actually need to scrub a lot of speed for this trail. They're super mellow, but you have plenty of speed.
It's pretty crazy how this whole thing ended full circle back where it all started. and honestly, turning out better than I imagined. And after all the craziness, the pivots, and the unexpected moments, things boil down to a simple notion.
We were just blown away by the scenery. It's absolutely unreal here.
Sounds like a fun route you guys did today, too.
Dude, it was gnarly, dude. Like,
Your father, how
Dude,
excited
I'm
was
stoked
father?
that he's on a bike right now.
20 years, you look back going, man, that was pretty rad. All these things I got to do and the people I got to meet.
The whole enjoyment factor is all still there.
Follow what you love, combine your passions, and embrace the journey. When you head outdoors and seek adventure, there is no recipe. So let your mind wander and go after that new idea. Rip up your cool card, unsubscribe from the labels, and play outside the world's vapid boxes. Ask yourself, what if, and then see where it takes you. For whatever you love to do, it doesn't matter what it's called or how others go about it. All that matters is what it means to you. Get out there and chase your experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tracy Lawrence. Yeah, you gotta capture this, right?
Hey man, it's all part of the
Yeah,
thing.
this is the part that nobody ever sees.
No props, dude.
I
This
tell
is
you
the
what,
real
though,
deal.
this experience right here, just go park down by the creek. It's pretty nice.
100%.
Wait, yeah. Oh yeah.
Unexpected weather turns into epic nature calls. Breaks.
Epic nature calls, that's right. I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing? Start over?
Yeah.
This is where I'm like getting into presentation mode
Yeah,
a little
no,
bit.
go
I'm
ahead.
trying not to.
Be a little bit more loose. Less
Yeah. Get to where we are here because I'm still in the mode. I need to start again.
All right, so yesterday we rallied real hard.
Dude, look what happened. I just found this morning. I guess this is what happens when you go too hard.
You want a little bit? You've been working hard too, bud. Here, you can have a little bit. Shot on Sony and Canon.
Hey, you couldn't afford the crew cab. Open my door.
What was his problem?
Dude, I don't know.
Whatever.
So, just remember, stay on that snowmobile trail.
That's right.
I'll be sitting out here drinking this cold beer with the tailgate down in the sticks. When I'm stuck without a paddle in an upstream battle, it's nothing this.
Go ahead,
Nick's
dude.
bike went shibba-dibba-da-boop-ba-da-ba on my top dude. So I heard Nick say that us guys are pretty terrible with food, and that's true. We can do it. We're just choosing not to because we prefer to enjoy the food that we're consuming. Yeah, for instance, last night I had a hankering for a cup of noodle, and I don't really know the last time I really had a hankering for a cup of noodle, but it was last night.
And he built this thing.
Yep. Oh, dude, it's dialed.
We'll see how she holds up.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the tent will do fine, but the real question is this freaking wiring concealment job here gonna hold up? What about you? Are you gonna be a blinker light? A corner marker? What do you think this is gonna hold up?
Bike day. Look at that. A long time coming. I love meeting people. I love to have experiences. And I love figuring stuff out with a group of people like this. Like, there could be an insight that could develop out of just us getting together and doing stuff. And that's the gold.
Yeah? Is that true?
Yeah. What do you want?
I don't know, dude. I want to go ride bikes.
Well, then let's go ride bikes.
All
What are
right.
you still doing here?
I don't know. Let's get out of here.